Hello, this is Brother Cromer from the Math Department at BYU, Idaho, and I decided to add another supplement to Lesson 19, dealing with test of independence. What I decided to do is give you a flow chart in terms of what we've covered up to this point from Units 2 and Units 3. If you look over here to the left, these are all the different tests that we've covered from Unit 2, which is dealing with quantitative or dealing with means. Unit 3, which we just recently covered, we wrapped up test of independence. This is what we dealt with dealing with Unit 3 with categorical data. So I'm just going to go left to right in terms of reviewing, because the reason why I bring this up is that for the next exam, anything is fair game. It could be either from Unit 2 or Unit 3, though the majority of it will come from Unit 3, but don't be surprised if you see something from Unit 2. So first of all, going back to Unit 2, we have quantitative data. So maybe what I should do is I should start off with, now there's types of tests that we've covered so far: quantitative from Unit 2 and categorical from Unit 3. This next one will be in Unit 4, and we'll worry about that later. With quantitative, there's 3 different possibilities: either 1 sample, 2 samples, or 3+ samples. Okay. And then with categorical, it's either 1 sample, 2 samples, and then what I just call a row and column table, row times column table. Now with 1 sample, it can either be sigma known or unknown for the quantitative, and if it's known, we have a 1 sample z-test. If it's sigma unknown, it's a 1 sample t-test. Now with 2 samples with quantitative data, if it's dependent samples, we have a paired sample t-test, and if it's independent samples, it's an independent samples t-test. With 3+ samples for quantitative data, it's a NOVA. We don't have to worry about dividing it up after we get the 3+ samples. Now with categorical, it's a little bit easier. If you know it's categorical and it's 1 sample, then you're dealing with a 1 proportion test. If it's 2 samples with categorical, then it's dealing with 2 proportions. And then we have a test of independence where we have categorical information put into a row times column table. So I just thought I'd show that to you because I think it's important to organize this together. And then we'll be covering this in Unit 4, which is called regression, where we have 2 quantitative variables when we get to that point. And so that concludes the supplement of the Lesson 19 video, summarizing what we've covered in Unit 2 and Unit 3.